Okay, Jason, and you're up.
Thanks very much, Ron. What I'm going to show you guys now is a dish called Suzuki Amiyaki Soba, which we did in Wagamama as a seasonal special. Sold very, very well. Very simple. We've got some nice sea bass here, which we've got the fishmonger to take off the bone for us, to scale it, and basically just to clean it all up so this is ready to cook. Here we have some nice pak choy. There's lots of different varieties of this. You can get bok choy, choy sum. Again, very, very widely available in supermarkets now. We've got some nice bean sprouts, just been washed off. Red onion, just been very finely sliced there. And here we have some finely chopped garlic. Very easy to do, just peel the garlic clove, squash it flat on the board with the back of the knife, and then just chop it. And then for garnish, we have some nice fresh lime, some picked coriander that we just keep in water so it doesn't dry out and wilt, and some nice fried shallots. This dish is based around noodles as well. Again, these are the ramen noodles. These are pre-cooked, refreshed, and then lightly oiled so that they don't stick together.
You could use pastas.
Yeah, any kind.
Any kind of dry noodles.
Absolutely. Yeah. Pretty much every dish that we do in the book is versatile. You can chop and change ingredients. You can make it more spicy.
Excellent.
You could change the noodles to your own flavour. You could use a wholemeal noodle if you wanted to. And then this dish is finished with a rather special little sauce. It is in the book. It's very, very simple to make. It's crushed yellow bean sauce with some teriyaki going through it and some fresh, finely sliced lemongrass and some peeled ginger, finely chopped. A lot of people are confused about lemongrass because it's
looks a little bit like bamboo, doesn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely. It's tough, it's fibrous, they're not quite sure what to do with it.
Yeah, exactly. It's
like any plant. The root end is very tough and almost inedible, and the top end is where it's a lot softer. Easiest way to prepare lemongrass is to take the top part off. If you're not comfortable with knives, then cut it into a smaller piece that you can hold and manage easily. Just simply split it down the middle into half, and you've got a nice flat working area. That lemongrass is not going to roll around, you're going to be safe when you're cutting it. Again, use a nice simple motion. Okay, I'm going to show you the sea bass here. All I've done with this is actually lightly scored through on the skin.
And why have you scored through on the skin? Which you're now going to tell us.
And why is that?
The reason I've scored through the skin here is so that it gives you a really beautiful presentation, but also the heat is going through directly into the fish. Get a nice sharp knife. I'm just using a little serrated carving knife. And not too much pressure, because you only want to go through the skin. You don't want to go all the way through.
Just lightly cutting, scoring it, yeah?
Absolutely.
Cutting too deep, you cut through it, so you have to be very careful.
And you'll break the fish when you go to cook it.
Exactly. Perfect.
There we go.
Looks easy.
It is easy.
Should we go and see if we can cook this?
Absolutely.
All right.
Let's go and cook.
Let's get it.
Okay, now we're over at the stove. We're going to start cooking it straight away. Very simple. We're going to cook the vegetables first in a hot wok, toss the noodles through it, add the dressing.
Important to have a hot wok?
Absolutely. Get the wok hot first before you add any oil, otherwise you take the heat out of the wok.
What have you put in the pan then, Jay?
I've got the red onion, the bean sprouts, the pak choy, and the crushed garlic. Just keep that moving around so it's not
basically all you're doing there is just kind of just moving around, losing the colour, but going to keep it nice and crisp, yeah?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Coating it all in the oil.
I can smell it. Oh, I can smell it. That smells great. Oh, yeah. Man, you're a good cook. Thanks.
Okay, so we stir fry that for about a minute. Make sure we've got all the flavours of the garlic and the onion going through everything there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can really smell it.
Simply grab the noodles. Okay, we'll put those in. We turn the heat down a little bit now. These noodles are already pre-cooked.
Right.
And we're going to put in
That's just
the nice dressing that we made earlier, 2 tablespoons. That's the as I say the dressing. You've got the fresh lemongrass in there to give it a nice pungent aroma.
Yeah.
Nice kick in there.
Oh yeah, smell it.
That's all you need to do with that. I'm just going to put that to the side. I've got a nice thick-bottomed fry pan here, which I'm going to use to cook my fish. I'll turn the heat out on this.
And this is just left. Heat going through it, just left as it is.
Yep. The residual heat in the wok will keep that nice and hot.
So how are you going to cook your fish?
I'm going to cook it skin side down.
Yep.
That's going to take about 2 minutes. I've just seasoned this simply with some white salt and white pepper. Black pepper, although it's got a great flavour, it's obviously got to show markings on the finished dish, and we don't really want any of that. Very important when you put fish in, not to try and move it around, because you actually want the heat to seal the skin and so it lifts off.
So 2 minutes on the skin side.
2 minutes skin side.
1 minute flesh side.
1 minute flesh side, and
done.
that's it. Simply done. A lot of people make the mistake of overcooking fish. It should be nice and opaque through the middle, nice and soft. You do not want it dry, crumbly, flaky like you get in a tin of tuna. But again, that is to people's personal preference. If you just hand me the fish slice, please, Ron. Great bit of kit, this. Obviously, we're turning this fish in hot oil. To be safe, don't lift it up and try and drop it over, because that's just going to splash. Simply flip it over. There you go. See where I scored that earlier? You can see the heat's gone right through into that. We've got some nice colour, golden colour coming off of the sea bass there. The sesame oil is a flavouring oil. You do not want to cook with sesame oil because you just lose all of the flavour from it. You get a nice shiny gloss on this dish now. And as I'm putting it into the bowl, I'm just twisting it slightly so that it sits up nicely. Because we're just going to simply place the sea bass straight on top.
Nice presentation, beautiful sitting on top.
Very simple,
Yeah.
very simple.
There's nothing easy
Then
than
to garnish it,
Back
some of
with
the
shallots
fried
again.
shallots,
Yep.
just sprinkle some over, a little bit on top, a little bit around. And some of this beautiful fresh coriander. I mean,
That's
what's
brilliant,
more beautiful than that
Fantastic.
put in front of you that?
And how long did
Anyone
that
would love
take?
it. 3 minutes from start to finish cooking.
Brilliant.
I say we just.
I think you should dip into that,
should
boys,
get
and
into
tell
this,
me what
yeah?
you think
A
of
little
that.
bit, yeah.
That is beautiful. All the flavours there, it's
You know,
actually fantastic.
Like I said, all the flavour just comes out. That's just simple but great.
Thank you very much.
Well done, mate. Brilliant job.